Hello everyone, it's Kari from sunshineinmypocket.com. Today I have a fun project for you using this stamp set from the last release called Beautiful Destinations. We're going to pair it with Snowman Like You from the recent release that just happened last week and turn it into a snow background backdrop. So this is kind of a fun pairing. You can see I have the snowman there already stamped and cut out, ready for use. And now I'm going to create this background. The mountains are separate from this background scene because you can place them in whatever location you want. You can stamp multiple mountains, whatever you want to do. Today we're going to stamp one set of mountains and I'm going to leave off the flowers at the very bottom because we're going to turn this into more of a fall snow scene, kind of combined. And so to start out, I'm going to just mask over those mountains using some 3M foam tape and stencil on some clouds. I realize as I'm watching this back, I should have done them a little darker because it's hard to see on the video. So we have some light clouds today, and now you can see I take off the mask, and there is our cloudy backdrop. I love this beautiful Destinations background stamp. It fits on a slimline card. You can also use it on an A2 size card, but this can be any season you want. That the river could be a path. It can be either one just fine, and today we're going to make it into a snowy river. The rocks on the side of the pathway or the river are going to be snow banks, and the trees in the background are going to be just turning yellow right before the leaves are ready to fall. So that's a beautiful winter scene. Really fun. I'm going to color up the trees with a dark green and then blend them out with a lighter green. You can see the colors here on screen. And this one here is funny because I missed an entire row of branches there beneath that snow right there, right above where I'm coloring now. And I don't even realize it until much later on in the card making. You might notice that I also left some white spots on the trees on the background. That's to show the snow that is covering those trees. And for the snowman, I'm adding just a couple of really light colors of purple and blue to give him some color, because we all know that white really isn't completely white. So for the snow, that's what I'm adding, is these light colors. He's going to go right up here in front. I'm going to pop him up on the front of the scene. And now for all the snow banks, I'm just kind of imagining this is like drifted snow. I'm going to use the purple and the blue on those as well. And then later on, we're going to cover them with some more sparkle. So you'll see I just add a little bit here and there. For the mountains, I'm going to leave a really white mountain top. These are actually snowy mountains as well, but the mountain top especially is covered with snow. Just adding a little bit of line to detail here, and nothing special, just a little bit of ridges, and I'm using a couple of those colors and also C0, I believe, which is a light gray. I added some E35 to his arms. Now we're going to color up his scarf and accessories with a couple of reds. I use the R29 for the darkest and the R05 to blend that out. And I'm going to use this on his scarf. Also the mittens that are hanging off of his arm right there, so cute. And the hat. And then I decide to also use them for his earmuffs. For his earmuffs, I colored it up with a little bit of squiggly lines to give it the feeling of fur. A little orange for his nose, and then we'll finish off the hat with some neutrals. Also coal for his coal eyes and buttons. So this is N7. I'll blend it out with the N5, and then N3 for the lightest color. This image is a complete delight to color. You can see I am still missing the branches on the tree there. Now the bird on the top can be any color you want. Today I decided he was going to be a bluebird. He might be a robin, he might be a cardinal, he can be anything. But today just a couple of shades of blue will turn him into the cutest bluebird. I have a white gel pen here and I was trying to decide if I would add polka dots or lines, and I went with lines. And so I'm doing kind of a little curvy line here on his scarf to add some detail. So super cute. I colored up the bird with B2 and B4, I believe, and now adding a little bit of that same brown to the nest. And here's where I finally figured out I missed that whole branch. So just coloring that in real quick with the same greens. And now this snowman has a few little friends that came to visit. I will color them up with pretty much the same colors here. I've got E31 and E33 for the chipmunk. We'll bring in some E35 for the little walnut that he has in his hands. There you go, coloring that up real quick. These are such small little images, so they're very fast to color. And for the little deer, I'm using the lightest color to color up his entire body. This is the E31, and then I will add the darker colors and blend those out. And don't forget a little bit of pink for his ears. I added white gel pen details to his little spots and also his little tummy there. And for the squirrel, some light neutral grays. And so that one was very simply done. To finish off the snowbanks, I just added some dots with the light blue and the light purple, and now it's time to put this scene together. I'm gonna add the squirrel down by the snowman, the chipmunk up there, the little bird on his hand, and the deer right above. And then the sentiment that I've already cut out here is gonna go right there. So I'll add this to a green mat. I did cut down my panel a little bit so that the mat would be perfect size. And I believe it is 4 by 8.5 total size. And I put a little shadow underneath the snowman and the tree. And I'm sorry I'm a little off screen here. It is a lot more difficult to film a slimline card. You have to remember it's longer. But I wanted to show you that I added the shadow with some cool grays and just blended those out so that he has kind of a little spot to sit on to ground him. So I added all of those images with some foam tape, and except for the deer. The deer I glued straight down to the scene. Bring some more of that red up to the top of the card. I'm adding a few rhinestones, gemstones, and red to the pine trees. I know in real life they probably wouldn't have these ornaments on them, but I needed to balance out the colors. Now for the stickles, I'm using my favorite Stardust stickles to add to all the snowy areas, the little rocks that are now snowbanks, and to the trees. And then I'll also add it to the mountain tops so that we have some sparkle to our snow. Turns out so pretty. I hope you can see that in the video. There's just a little bit of glitter to the snow. For the finishing touch, I'm going to use a black gel pen to make a few elements a little shiny. The coal for the snowman and the eyes of all the critters, the nose of the deer, a few of the lines on the walnut, and there you go. This is our slimline card, and I just love the new Snow One Like You combined with that background stamp. Some of those critters are from the other stamp sets in the new release. I'll have them all linked below so you can check them out. So super cute. Thank you for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help with YouTube. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.